The NSX started it. The Integra, it perfected it. But the Civic made it a legend. This isn't about horsepower. This is a philosophy of performance purity. Welcome to the full history of Type R. Picture this, it's the early 90s, Pearl Jam started making music, and dial-up was the cutting edge of the internet. Honda, fresh off dominating Formula One, dropped a bombshell to the automotive world, the NSX. Here was a mid-engine, all-aluminum supercar that could dance with the best of Europe had to offer, all while being surprisingly reliable. But for some people at Honda, the story wasn't quite over just yet. There was hunger for, let's just say, more. Enter Shigeru Ohara. Ohara? I'm botching his name, so I apologize. But he was the brilliant lead engineer behind the NSX. This guy wasn't just an engineer. He was a driving enthusiast through and through. He felt that even though that the standard NSX was a technological marvel, it could be even more focused, more connected to the driver. Thinking like a master chef tasting an already Michelin star worthy dish and saying, it needs more oomph. Inspired by Honda's racing heritage and the desire to create something more connected to the driver, Shigeru Ohara championed the idea of a lightweight, track-oriented NSX. He envisioned a car that stripped away all the unnecessary to amplify the pure joy of driving. It wasn't about chasing top speed numbers as much as achieving the ultimate handling and driver engagement. This wasn't just a trim level. It was a philosophy that started it all. After going back and forth with the Honda directors, in 1992, the NSX-R was born. They put the regular NSX on a full diet. We're talking hardcore stuff here. They removed the spare tire, sound damnation, they removed your AC, they removed your radio, they removed everything that didn't need to be there because it was a track-focused vehicle for the road. They even swapped out your comfy seats with lightweight Recaro buckets. Those things hugged you tighter than your grandma after you aced an exam. They put a titanium shift on it. What's the result? A weight savings of around 260 pounds. The NSX-R was an instant hit with driving purists. It was praised by its telepathic steering, its perfectly balanced chassis, and the sheer thrill of pointing a machine so directly connected to the road. But it wasn't without its quirks. More air conditioning in the summer in a supercar? That's a dedication right there. Getting your hands in one of them was tougher than finding a parking spot at a mall on a Black Friday. It was exclusive, and that exclusivity only added to the mystique. Some might scratch their heads at paying top dollar for a car with fewer creature comforts, but those who understood the vision knew exactly what they were getting. In 1995, the Integra Type R received the same exact formula as the NSX-R did. They went ahead and did the typical thing that any car company would do to make a faster, lighter car. They removed the sound damage, they removed your AC, they removed your radio, they put a bucket seat instead of a comfy seat, they changed the suspension, they tightened up the chassis. But Honda took it a step further. They went ahead and created the B18C engine. This B18C engine was an engineering marvel. While other car companies were adding turbos and superchargers to the vehicles, Honda was hand-porting head cylinders. They were putting in lighter pistons and rods. They were making sure that this engine was going to be capable of revving to the moon and come back safely. And they will make sure that they'll give you a warranty for it. Because this engine was able to rev all the way up to 8,400 RPM. They added a helical limited slip differential. They added a short ratio gear shift, a 5-speed transmission. They strengthened the chassis up. I mean, it was an absolute masterpiece. This car could take turns like no others. But there was a problem that we all had. You and me. We were in America, watching all this from afar. Because on the other side of the lake, Japan was having all the fun. Honda was on a roll. They saw how much people loved the Integra and the Type R badge and everything that came with it. They loved it so much that they decided to bring the Type R philosophy over to the most popular car that they had, the Civic. Unfortunately for you and I, we had to wait another 20 years before we saw one in the States. But in 1997, the Civic Type R came out under the EK9, the very first Civic to get the badge. It was a lightweight, stripped down, equipped with a screaming V16B engine that made a whopping 180 horsepower without any forced induction. It was NA, it was fast, it had VTEC, and it could take turns just as good as the Integra did. The trilogy for the Type R badge was completed by 1997. We got the NSX-R, we got the Integra Type R, and then we also got the Civic Type R. But there was one special one in 1998. That one was for the Accord. The Accord got the special treatment of the Type R badge. Yes, even the Accord got the treatment. This was a European market exclusive. It was a practical sedan with a racing heart, proving that the Type R philosophy could be applied essentially to everything. From there, then we got the new generations Integras, which were the DC5, and we also got the EP3s, all wearing the Type R badge. We also got, in 2002, the NSX-R, the NA2, which was the second generation of the NSX. And from there, more generations, more Type R. But the wait paid off. Finally, in 2017, Honda gave the US market what it has been begging for the last couple of decades. The Civic Type R FK8. But this wasn't a high-revving, natural-aspired car. No. This was way different. Nothing Honda has ever done before. This was a turbocharged beast with a 2.0-liter VTEC engine mated to a 6-speed transmission, producing over 300 horsepower. Its aggressive and polarizing style was a shock to many, but there was no denying its performance. It was a record setter, conquering the Nürburgring and proving that front-wheel drive car could compete with the best of them. The Type R lineup has had its failures and controversies. The long wait for the US market was a major source of frustration. The departure of the natural-inspired philosophy with the FK8 was a point of contention for purists. And let's be honest, the styling of some of the newer models was and is a little weird. But the achievements are undeniable. The Type R badge created a new segment of performing cars focused on pure joy of driving. It built a loyal, almost cult-like following. It set a standard for what a front-wheel drive car could achieve at a track. And with the release of the latest generation of the Civic Type R, the FL5, Honda has once again proven that the Type R philosophy is alive and well. The Type R isn't just a car. It's a testament to Honda's unwavering commitment to pushing the boundaries of engineering. It's a reminder that sometimes the most exciting cars are the ones that take a simple concept and perfect it.